Hi students, today we want to continue our second paragraph. This coming paragraph that once Sherlock had become very rich by lending money at very high interest to the merchants. He was hard-hearted man and he was very severe with these customers. So he was much disliked by all good men. Okay. Antonio also disliked Sherlock for being so ambitious and greedy for money. He used to lend money to the needy people without taking any interest. Therefore, there was a great enmity between greedy Shylock and Antonio. The good Antonio and Shylock, bad Shylock, now comes in the fight between them. Okay, Antonio and Bassanio went to Shylock for what? In order to help Bassanio. Okay, Antonio asked the Jew to lend him 3,000 ducats at an interest. He would pay it back as soon as his ships returned from the sea. Shylock thought deeply. He took his golden opportunity to take revenge on the Venetian who had insulted him many times. All right, we already taken this part. All right, okay. So Antonio now seek the help of Shylock for helping Bassanio and his marriage. Yes, I will lend you money and I will take no interest, said greedy money lender. Who is a greedy money lender? Shylock. Antonio was surprised at this kind of offer. Shylock still pretended to be generous. Now Shylock is acting. Generous means kind. He again said he would lend him to the 3,000 ducats. Ducats means rupees. And he take no interest for his money if repay it time. In time means if it is proper time, this money reback, then there is no need of interest. Okay, his only condition was that Antonio should go with him to a lawyer and sign a bond in Mary's spot stating that if he did not repay the money in time, he would forfeit a pound of flesh to be cut off from any part of his body. Oh my God. What is the condition, His only condition was that, what is that? Antonio go with him to the lawyer and sign a bond. Bond means agreement in Mary's spot stating that if he did not repay the money in time, if Antonio didn't give the money in time to Sherlock, what will happen? Very serious situation now. What is that? He would forfeit a pound of flesh. That means a weight of pound of flesh. Flesh means what is that? Yeah, mamsam, okay. To be cut off from any part of his body. Oh my God, what a serious, what a tragedy this one. If Antonio couldn't give the money in proper time, he would give what? A pound of flesh from his body. That is a agreement, that is a bond. No, cried Bassanio, you shall run no such risk for me. If this agreement read, Bassanio, Antonio friend said that no, it is not good. It is no need of like that money. But Antonio insisted that he would sign it, for he was sure that his ships would be returned with the money before the day of payment. But Antonio sure that his ship came from abroad and in the port every things may be satisfied and settled. Antonio signed the bond and got the money, which he handed over to Bassanio, who immediately started to Belmont. Belmont is a place his lover staying, is it? Portia, okay? With a splendid train to process Portia in his partners of life. So what is the situation now? Antonio taken money from Sherlock, but there is agreement. What is the agreement? That's very important. The agreement here mentioned about bond. What is a bond? Says that if Antonio didn't give money in time, that is a very important word, in time. That means correct time. What will happen? Antonio should give pound of flesh from his body, any parts of his body. So that Antonio agreed. So Bassanio is not agrees in that case, but at last Bassanio also agree with the lovable words of Antonio, and the agreement is signed. So that's the situation. So we can say that Shylock is too greedy, is it? Yes. Okay then. When Bassanio arrived in Belmont, Bassanio now reached in Belmont in order to marry her beloved lover, Portia. Portia was very much worried whether he might be successful in the challenge raised by her father before his death. So she is also sitting very sadly because his problem with his father. In order to save his daughter from fortune hunters, he had arranged 3 caskets, that means gold, silver, and leaden, for her suitors to try. The person who chose the right casket in which her picture was deposited could win the. There is a what is that? Malayalam which is called as Swayamvaram. What is that? That means there is a box, 3 boxes are set it. One is gold, another one is silver, another one is leaden. Leaden means EM. EM pushaka എന്നൊക്കെ പറയാം. EM. Okay. Leaden means EM. One box is gold, one box is silver, and one box is leaden, for the suitors to try. Okay. The person who chose the right casket means here box, in which her picture was deposited, could win her. Bassanio did not choose either the gold or the silver casket. He said that things that glittered outside were often ugly inside. Yes, there is too much people come, but Bassanio chose, what is that, leaden caskets. Why? Because he said that glittering things are not good. He said that the glitter outside was often ugly inside. What is that? മിന്നുന്നതെല്ലാം പൊന്നല്ല. That means മിന്നുന്നതിൻ്റെ ഉള്ളിൽ മോശമായിരിക്കും. So that is the word he said it. He then chose the leaden casket on which it was written. What is written in the box? Whomever choose me must risk all that he has. It was a moment of joy for everyone because there was a lovely picture of Portia in it. Thus Bassanio proved successful in his suit and Portia consumed to marry him. Yes, if Bassanio chose golden or silver box, he didn't get Portia. He now choose leaden box, casket means box, and he said his argument is that all glittering things are not good. Inside the glittering things are ugly. That is why I selected not gold, not silver. I selected leaden box. So when he opened the leaden box, he got what is written in the leaden box. That means written here, the inverted comma, whomever choose me must risk all that he has. That means whatever you want, you choose, but you should have to control. You have to responsible for that. That is the word meaning of that inverted comma. So he got who Portia name is written in this caskets. Which casket? Leaden casket. That's why he got Portia, and he is now victory. Now he got win in this contest. So it is a contest conducted by who? Portia's father, in order to get a good husband for Portia. That's why he made a competition in that. Okay, that is paragraph. We already said it. Next. Before the marriage, Bassanio confessed to Portia that he was not very rich. Now he said that I am not rich. He opened his mind. His high birth and noble ancestry was all that he could be proud of. I am just acting as a nobleman, rich man. Actually, I am not a rich man. Who said? Bassanio told to his wife, Portia. Now when her turn came, Portia prettily said that she was an unscalded girl. She loved him for his good qualities. She had enough rich. She said that I am not love. She said that Bassanio, I am not love your money. I love you, your manners. So I am not unscolded. I am not a bad girl. She had enough rich. I have enough money. I don't care about your money. Portia said to Bassanio. I gave them to you with this ring, saying she presented a ring to Bassanio. Now the ring exchange is gone. Now after these words, Portia exchanged his rings to Bassanio. Bassanio confessed. Confess means Shamavanam. But he said that I'm sorry. That is confess meaning. I'm not a rich. I'm act as a rich. But at that time, Portia said it. And Bassanio, I know. I don't want a rich person. Even I was a rich girl. I don't want your money. Then Portia exchanged the rings to Bassanio. Okay, this Bassanio and Portia's married over. Then the messengers arrived there. He was sent by Antonio. What is the messenger said? Messenger, you know? Yes. He had brought a letter from Antonio containing a sad news. It was a letter given by messenger to Bassanio. This letter written by Antonio. What is inside? It was a sad news. What is that? When Bassanio read the letter, Portia found his face turned pale. Pale means Valeria. She inquired what the sad news was. Portia said that, open and read. I want to know what is Antonio written. So Antonio letter was now read by Bassanio and Portia. He replied, O sweet Portia, here are a few of the most unpleasant words that have ever been written. Portia, it was a sad news, very sad news written by Antonio here. He then told all about Antonio and about the strange bond the Shylock to help him. Then Bassanio told all his story to Portia. That means Antonio helped me from Shylock. That means Antonio bought money from Shylock as lent. Palisha. Lent means Palisha. If he didn't give in time, what happened? The flesh of pounds of flesh should be any parts of his body will be given by Antonio to Shylock. So that's agreement. Okay. So it is Bassanio now open this story to Portia. And what may be the Portia's response? Bassanio read Antonio's letter. Sweet Bassanio, my ships are all lost. My bond to be joyous is fortified. In paying it, I shall lose my life. I wish to see you at my death, but it is your pleasure. Now, the letter read by Bassanio in front of Portia. What is the letter? The letter is like the Bassanio read Antonio letter. What is that? Sweet and Bassanio. Still, Antonio like Bassanio. My ships are all lost. My ships are all lost. My bond of the Jew. Jew means here. Who's the Jew here? Jew is Shylock. Is forfeited. That means my bond is now finished. In paying, I shall lose my life. Definitely, I will lose my life. I will lose my property. I will lose my everything. I wish to see you at my death. You should come when I was died. But it is your pleasure. So that is a letter inside. Oh, my dear love, said Portia. Be quick. Dear love means here, my dear husband, said Portia. Be quick, sudden. You shall have gold to pay the money 20 times over before this kind friend Antonio shall lose hereby my Bassanio's. That means You should have to help. Bassanio, it is a chance. I have a money. You should have gave this money to Antonio and pay the debt. Okay. So very good. Portia is very kind. Now he helped Antonio. Now she helped Antonio with help. Okay, now exactly it's a Bassanio fault. Bassanio want to pay the money, but Antonio helped Bassanio. Now Portia helped Antonio for this sake. Portia then said he would be married to Bassanio before he set out in order to give him a legal right to her money. Yeah, before that, Portia now everything clear. That means the all of Portia money is to get to Bassanio. The day of payment being past, the cruel moneylender, who is a cruel moneylender? Shylock, would not accept the money which Bassanio offered. What is Bassanio offered the money? How Bassanio got the money? From Portia, his wife. Now Bassanio offered the money, but moneylender said that time is over. I don't want money. I want the life of Antonio. He insisted upon having pound of Antonio flesh. He said that what is the agreement? What is the bond? Antonio flesh from his body. I want the flesh of his body. I don't want money. Who said it? Cruel Shylock. A day was fixed to try this strange case before this Duke of Venice. Duke means here judge, court judge. And Bassanio awaited in dreadful suspense the result of the trial. Trial means Vijarana, Kodadile Vijarana. That is called trial. Kodadile Vadikku. That is called trial. Okay. Now the case is in front of the judge. Judge here meaning is Duke. Duke means here judge in the court. What is Bassanio said that? Bassanio said that I will offer money for Antonio. But the cruel moneylender Jew, that means Shylock said that I don't want money. I want the flesh, pounds of flesh, the body, pounds of flesh of Antonio, pounds of Antonio flesh. I don't want money. I want the agreement. What is agreement? I need Antonio's flesh, pound of flesh. So now this court decided what will happen, whether the flesh will be given by Antonio to the Jew cruel Shylock or the money will give. Thus a suspense comes out. All right, then. So there was too much question answer. We want to follow this one. Casket means box, I already told. Consent means permission. Here, no, cried Bassanio. You shall run no such risk for me. What is the risk referred to here? The sixth question I am saying about. Let us look the question answer. Question number 6. We already finished this question answer. And this question we already finished from this paragraph. Just look at the paragraph and say your answer. Can you say your answer? No, cries Bassanio. The Bassanio already said that. No. What circumstance Bassanio said it? You shall run. You shall run. No such for me. What is the risk referred to here? The risk referred to here, Antonio agreed the bond given by cruel Shylock. What is the bond say that? If the money didn't give in a proper time, Antonio want to give pounds of flesh from his body. When he heard these words, Bassanio said that, no, cried. That is the situation here mentioned. And here, fifth question, what were the conditions in the bond signed between Antonio and Shylock? The condition is that, can you answer this fifth question? The condition is that, what is that? Shylock said that I will give 3,000 ducats to Antonio without any interest. But one condition, if this payment should be in time. If this payment is not in time, I want the pounds of flesh of Antonio's body. That is a agreement between Shylock and Antonio. That is, we have already finished that. So here is things have to we already discussed. Okay, now the case is inside the court. Here Duke means judge, trial means Malayalam, Vijarana. Okay, that means court activities we can call trial. So case is in front of the Duke. That means Antonio said that. That means in Bassanio, Antonio help friend said that we will give the money, double money we will give. Please stop the agreement. But Shylock said that the time already gone, time already over. I want the flesh of Antonio's body, pound of Antonio's flesh. Pound of Antonio's flesh means what is that? പൗണ്ടിന് തുല്യമായിട്ടുള്ള മാംസം ആന്റോണിയുടെ ശരീരത്തിൽ നിന്ന് വേണം. That is the agreement or the agreement given by Antonio and Shylock. Now the case is in place of Duke of Venice. Now what happens? Say that next we want to know that what happened is that. So the story happened in Venice. We know that. Okay, the character sketch we know Antonio is a very kind and a very comfort person. You see, yes. Then Shylock is another character. Is very bad and cruel guy. No mercy, no kindness. Whereas another character is Bassanio. Bassanio, Antonio friend. He acted as a rich person in front of his lover, Portia. But actually he is not rich. He always helped by Antonio. Whereas the next character is Portia. Portia is very rich girl. She loved Bassanio, very kind-hearted girl. Now this situation is very pathetic now. Now what is the scene? Now scene is in front of the court. Here court we have to say that what is that? Judge, the Duke. The word is the Duke. And trial is now going on. Trial for what? That is connected to the agreement. What is the agreement? Agreement we already told it. Antonio now helpless in front of the Shylock. Shylock is very cruel. He won the pound of flesh from Antonio's body. So the court decided what happened, what will the decision. Just to see that what happened next. Okay, let's read then. All right. The day of payment being past, the cruel money lender would not accept this money which Bassanio offered him. Where is Bassanio got the money? Bassanio got the money from his wife because his wife Portia is very rich. He insisted upon having a pound of Antonio flesh. Who insisted? Cruel Shylock. A day was fixed to try this strange case before the Duke of Venice, and Bassanio awaited in dreadful suspense in the result of the trial. The day of the trial arrived. Yes, the case is now announced by the Duke. Antonio did not ask for money because he knew well that Shylock was unlikely to grant him any money. In a way, he was willing to accept punishment. Now Antonio accepted what his agreement said. At the court, the Duke himself pleaded with Shylock to be merciful. He bluntly refused. Bassanio offered a Jew twice the sum owed by Antonio, but he replied that he wanted justice, and so he would ask for his pound of flesh even if he offered 6,000 times the amount. Even though Bassanio said that six double I will give, but the cruel Shylock not accepted. He said that I want the pound of flesh of Antonio's body. Okay. When the Duke asked Shylock how could he hope for mercy from God if he himself showed no mercy to his fellow being, Shylock replied that he wanted no mercy if God grants him justice. So saying, he began to sharpen the long knife. Oh, the judge now said it. I will give from Antonio's money to you. You please satisfy. But Antonio refused. Antonio said that I don't want mercy from you. I don't want mercy from God. I want the pounds of flesh from Antonio's body. So lastly, he decided to take a knife in order to cut the flesh from Antonio's body. Portia, who had decided to come to Venice and to speak Antonio's defense, reached there on the day of trial with her friend Nerissa. That means now Portia now reached in the court in order to help Antonio the day trial with her friends, and she came with his friend Nerissa. Who's Nerissa is a friend of Portia. Now Portia comes in front of the judge in order to help the Antonio. They discuss themselves. Discuss means Veshamara. Portia appeared in lawyer's gown, and Nerissa followed her as her clerk. Oh, it's a very interesting thing. Is Portia come in front of the judge as a lawyer. That means the advocate. That means vakil. Lawyer is also called as advocate in the court. Okay. Persia now appeared lawyer's gown. Gown means the lawyer's dress, advocate dress, just like a bat. You know that what is a gown or a black gown. That is a dress. And Nerissa is a helper, that means clerk of that advocate or lawyer. The case was just going to be heard before the Duke. Persia entered the courts of justice and presented a letter from Blario, who was a lawyer and a relative of Portia. Now Portia taken a letter from his friends and relative. What is his name? Blario. Blario is a friend of Portia. Portia taken a letter from Blario. Who was Bellario? Bellario is a relative and friend of Portia, and at the same time lawyer, advocate in the court. Okay, in that letter, he learned counselor had written that the bearer of the letter Belatzer, so he called Portia. That means here, Belatzer means another name of Portia. What is the name of Portia's another? Belatzer. Belatzer. Who called Belatzer? That means his relative Bellario called Portia as Belatzer. So there is a letter from Bellario. Bellario actually the friend and relatives and advocate or lawyer. And now, who is now come in front of this court? Portia come as a lawyer. She was assisted by Nerissa, the clerk, and also a letter from who? A letter from Belatzer. Okay, sorry, a letter from Bellario. Okay, could be permitted to plead for Antonio as he was sick and unable to come by himself. Why this Portia came like that? She said that my relative, my friend, my Bellario didn't come in the court, will not come in the court because he is sick. That is why I came here instead of Bellario. The Duke granted. Okay, Duke said that, okay, you can continue your trial. Wondering at this youthful appearance of Strange, who was well discussed in her counselor's robes and large wig. You know, there is a disguised means Vesham Marva. Now, what is that? The wig also put it, and also robes, kaya. That is a ancient lawyer's dress code. Okay. Now situation is very severe, is it? I think it's we can stop here. We can continue to next class. Okay, read the story, read the character properly, and by heart the character, then we can continue this. Okay, bye, take care.